play, but it works nonetheless. They're getting set alongside Adam Stone. All right, Adam, talk to our winners.
Thank you, Cameron. Here with the winners of our second mixed doubles match, forcing the Dream Breaker, Brandon French. I'll tell you what, I've seen a handful of players with that interesting shot you do with the grip over on your left side. I've heard it called many different names, and I've not seen anyone quite do it like you. What is the name of that shot for you?
That's the tomahawk. But you know what, Adam, what I really want to say is how good Jill just played there. We heard all the chatter before this event about how DPC was, you know, we were just here so we didn't get fined, but we're here.
So little chip on your shoulder there, little chip. It shows right now, and it showed out there earlier, Brandon, well done. Jill Braverman early in that match, we had about a 15-foot fall. Tell me a little bit about that backpedaling situation right there.
To be honest with you, Brandon French came down on me with his elbow when we fought over an overhead in the first round, so my balance is a little bit off right now, and I just want to say the same thing Brandon said. You're a GOAT, Brandon. Anyone who had doubts about DPC, what's up? Let's go.
You heard it here. DPC ready to play. Let's see what we got in the Dream Breaker. Back up to you, Cam and Dom.
All right, so you heard it, Jill Braverman and Brandon French. He just went full Marshawn Lynch on us. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Wow, I'm liking that. I think, yeah, they're here for more than that reason alone as we now head to a Dream Breaker. You know, Dom, I feel like we got to lay out the land a little bit here, even though we have played so many Dream Breakers on the day on Championship Court. Walk me through how the Dream Breaker functions.
So again, now the home team was able to set the lineup for mixed doubles. Now the visiting team will be able to set their singles lineup first. And so now when they set their lineup, the home team will now be able to answer with what they want to do. So it sounds like Christian Alshon will be going out first for Bay Area.
And they will face off. It will be Christian Alshon versus Daniel De La Rosa.
So Tejas will head second for Bay Area. And French for Dallas in the second spot. So it'll be men versus men, women versus women. We know that now.
Eva Radzikowska up next for the Bay Area Breakers. They are setting their lineup first.
Ooh, that's going to be a good one. Jill Braverman in the lineup against Eva Radzikowska.
So the last matchup will be Rachel Summers versus Krista Getcheva. So again, we'll walk you through it one more time. 21 total points will be played. It is a singles competition. Every 4 points, a new opponent will face the other team. It's Christian Alshon versus Daniel De La Rosa for the first rotation. Then Pablo Tejas will take the court versus Brandon French. That third rotation will head to the ladies. Eva Radzikowska versus Jill Braverman. And we will close out the rotation. Rachel Summers versus Krista Getcheva. The match victory comes down to this. Not to mention seeding into tomorrow's quarterfinals and semifinals. With buys on the line, these two teams sit at the number 2 and 3 spot in terms of total standings on the day. Bay Area Breakers at the 2, Dallas Pickleball Club at the number 3 spot, both 2-0. Miami Pickleball Club also at the 2-0. All right, so as you look through these matchups, where do you think the advantages lie on both sides?
Well, right off the bat, Christian Alshon, I love his singles game. He knows it, we all know it. I think he has the advantage over De La Rosa, who doesn't play a ton of singles. Also, Pablo Tejas, a great singles player. I take him over Brandon French, nothing personal, just business here. Radzikowska Braverman, I think, could go either way. Summers And Getcheva, I think it's the same thing too, could go either way. It looks like we are just about ready to get going here. It'll be De La Rosa to serve to start.
Great catch.
Game 5, time in. 0-0. When you have that much pace behind your ball, if he can control it and just keep it in, he's going to force some issues, and he did right off the bat against Alshon.
This matchup is going to be critical. Christian Alshon, one of the top singles players. But De La Rosa
almost got that down the line. That was tough.
So one apiece. He works with the one-hand backhand. Played that ball, could have been out of bounds, but he wasn't willing to let it bounce.
2-1.
So 2 apiece for the first rotation. 2-2, and now joining.
Two. That's good coverage by Brandon French, and again, not known for playing singles. That's good coverage against Tejas, who's a very established singles player.
So 3-2 for the Bay Area Breakers, Pablo Tejas. Trying to find a little disguise there is Pablo Tejas.
3-3. French didn't think that ball was going to land in. He thought it was going to go long, and it dropped as Tejas smiles at him. If French goes 2-2 here, it's a win. It's a win for him.
I agree.
And they're all square at 4. 4-3.
Man, I'm impressed with how Pablo Tejas is fending off some of the balls that are hitting the line at the baseline and still being able to crash from there.
Brandon French did a good job there. Those were some good points. I liked his results there. He does lose 3 of 4, but that was good. He held his ground. Moving forward, that's good for him.
Eva Radzikowska and Jill Braverman up next. Two-handed backhand above the top of her head. 6-3 now for the Bay Area Breakers.
6-3.
That ball took a wild bounce. It actually bounced higher than expected.
There's something about this side of the court ball. We've seen balls die there. We've seen balls bounce up higher. Something's odd. It seems like off on that side of the court for some reason.
Oh, Jill Braverman guessed the right direction there, but couldn't find the counter. 8-3.
8-3.
Oh my! Eva Radzikowska again, the clean winner.
That's clean. 4-0 for Radzikowska right there. Big lead.
Trying to loop that ball around is Rachel Summers. Krista Getcheva's got some work to do for the Dallas Pickleball Club.
4-9.
Oh, it got over the net. How? But it's out of bounds. Full extension from Krista Getcheva.
Not must win, but Getcheva needs both of these points right here. Oh my goodness, what a two-hander there from Rachel Summers as she whips that cross court for the winner, and they're up 11-4.
All right.
So 11-4, switching ends here. Summers having the conversation with Pablo Tejas at the back of the court. Again, these two teams looking to be the top dog in this group. That's Group A. Arizona, Bay Area, Dallas, and Orlando all residing in this group.
We come back from the end change here. It's an 11-4 lead for Bay Area. That's good finish there from Gecheva. She flipped that lob up over the top of Rachel Summers. Summers able to get it out of the air, but couldn't do much with it.
11-5.
5-11.
De La Rosa versus Alshon.
This went 2-2 the first time around.
12-5.
And missed contact. Things are looking the direction of the Bay Area Breakers.
13-5. Side out, point.
Free point there for Dallas and De La Rosa.
6-13.
Whoa, that thing didn't come up at all. 14-6 as we get to the southpaw. Pablo Tejas with the serve.
14-6.
Gotta love the hustle, but point goes to Tejas. Does it hit the line? It does. A round of applause from his team. 7:15.
7-15.
Again, Brandon French looks across the court and says, man, what do I gotta do?
I mean, Tejas, it's a miss hit to the sideline for the winner.
$16 to 7. We played to 21. And there's a nice response from Brandon French.
That's a good ball right down the line from French. But Bay Area has doubled up Dallas, 16-8 here in the Dream Breaker.
Whoa, about 6 inches of clearance from the top of the net for Eva Radzikowska. What a shot.
And Braverman's got to do more with that third shot. She's looped that back in. Is that right there? She's looping that back over, and she's allowing Radzikowska to set her feet and control pace, and wherever she wants to go, she can.
Just so much control on some of those shorter angles from Eva Radzikowska. And just striking the ball perfectly, Eva Radzikowska.
I mean, are you kidding me? She hits basically the corner perfectly. And Braverman just throws her hands up to her bench and goes, nothing I can do about it. Puts her hands up again, going finally, as Radzikowska won 7 of 8 points in their matchup.
So Krista Gecheva makes her way back to the baseline. Rachel Summers on the opposing side. 9-19. We need more than a miracle here. 10-19.
10-19.
19.
Rally scoring, you cannot count anybody out. We've seen comebacks like this before.
11-19.
Ball just missed long, so Bay Area Breakers now find themselves at a match point. Rachel Summers' forehand finishes the deal. 21-11, the Bay Area Breakers are the top dog.
What a battle by Dallas coming back into both those mixed matches to force the Dream Breaker, but it's too much Bay Area in that Dream Breaker, coming out on top 21-11.
So the Bay Area Breakers have their group now in control. Dave Fleming giving the high fives as Christian Alshon and Pablo Tellez, Eva Radzikowska, and Rachel Summers were pushed to a Dream Breaker, but they came out victorious. A fantastic singles lineup for those four individuals as they now are going to look to have the conversation with Adam Stone, who's been doing a great job for us down on the sideline. He's getting them all rounded up.
It's like herding cats down there with Adam Stone getting all of them ready. He's like, come on over, guys. We want to do this.
Someone give that man a lasso. No, but it's been so much fun here for Major League Pickleball already. Just in day one action, we've got 3 more days coming to you as the premier level starts off tomorrow. We'll also have the quarterfinals and semifinals of the challenger level tomorrow, as we've got 3 of our 4 Pablo Tellez with the high fives and the slow steady walk to Adam Stone. All right, Adam, I'm going to send it to you.
Thank you so much, Cameron. Here with our winners in the Dream Breaker, the defending champion Bay Area Breakers. Christian, it's always difficult when you get off to that 2-0 lead in gender doubles to squander that in mixed and go to the Dream Breaker. How did you guys step up in such commanding fashion after that situation?
So it's sometimes easier to win after you lose. So when you have a lead and you kind of lose it, it really adds fuel to the fire, and we did a great job in the Dream Breaker.
You absolutely did. They had all the momentum on their side, and that was a phenomenal start and finish to the Dream Breaker. Eva Radzikowska just painting lines on the ground strokes. You had Jillian Braverman looking over at her team, not quite sure what to do. Tell me a little bit about that Dream Breaker performance.
Well, I was getting the lines because I was aiming 2 steps inside of the line. So that's the big target. That's what I coach. No, it's just, you live for those moments. You train for those moments. You just step on the court and you just, give your best. And that was one of those moments.
Well, absolutely great job. And last question for you, Miss Summers. Tell me a little bit about having a high-end senior pro coach in Scott Crandall, having a set of eyes outside the court looking in. How does that help you guys with your performances?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Scott can see stuff that we can't, and so he's always really knowledgeable and providing information when we need it. It's very helpful.
Yes. Phenomenal job, guys. 3-0 on the day. The Bay Area Breakers looking to repeat. We'll be right back on Championship Court after this commercial break.
Oh my good Lord, what a feeling. All of this joy I've been stealing. We all need someone that can make us believe. So call me a man on a mission. I'm guilty by my own admission. Locked up but I break free. No change could ever take me. Can't stop, won't stop, don't stop now.
The Pro XR Pickleball Paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game, because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
Dulce Vida, you are what you drink.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball.
My first surgery was a total knee replacement. I ended up with an infection. They were gonna have to amputate my leg. That just was not okay with me. The moment I entered HSS, the care was exceptional. For somebody to tell me you're gonna keep your leg, it was magical. Everything is so alive because I got my life back.
It's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Oro Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
Dulce Vida, you are what you drink.
Oh my good Lord, what a feeling. All of this joy I've been stealing. We all need someone that can make us believe. So call me a man on a mission. I'm guilty by my own admission. Locked up but I break free. No chains could ever take me. Can't stop, won't stop, don't stop now.
At From With Pickleball, we believe in the power of our sport to unite a community. We have introduced hundreds of people to pickleball by funding a 10-court public facility in our hometown with leagues and lessons to make everyone feel valued. We take that same approach to our business with personalized customer service and same-day shipping from our huge inventory. When you order from With Pickleball, you're supporting a small business and a diverse community of pickleball fanatics. We have the gear you need and the service you can trust.
Welcome back to Championship Court. Daytona Beach is home to the second Major League Pickleball event of 2023. You're watching the Challenger Level Round 1 group play here on Championship Court at the beautiful facilities of Pictona at Holly Hill, as we await first serve between the Columbus Pickleball Club and the Texas Ranchers.
As we welcome you inside the booth, Michelle McMahon alongside former top men's pro Chad Edwards, top 50 female pro Cameron Blackwood joining us from the sidelines. And this is the final match of group play we will have featured here on Championship Court today. The biggest storyline with Columbus is the acquisition of Megan Fudge, which you can see on the bottom left side of your screen in red. Since Columbus finished last in MLP Mesa, they had first pick in the shuffle draft leading into Daytona Beach. So they, of course, selected the highly touted Jill Braverman, re-entering the pro circuit at number 1, and made a 1-for-1 trade with the Dallas Pickleball Club for Megan Fudge. The Texas Rangers come into this weekend middle of the pack, heading into Daytona, number 7 in the challenger level standings. Every point matters, every game matters. We are gearing up for this matchup in the women's doubles between Megan Fudge, Millie Rain, Lee Whitwell, and Arakina. On their side, slim margin of win probability in favor of Fudge and Rain. Chad Edwards, what's your initial thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, I had the ranches out on Grandstand Court earlier this morning, and Whitwell and Arakina, bit of a slow start, not really meshing that well on the court. Rain and Fudge know each other quite well. They've been on the tours together. Played some together, so I'm expecting a little smoother transition here for Fudge into the Columbus team and the matchup for Fudge and Rain. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put them as definite favors on this, a little bit higher than that margin that we just saw.
Good to know. The coin toss is underway. We will begin with women's doubles, then progress to men's doubles, and then new change for this event. We will play both mixed doubles matchups regardless of the outcome of the first 3 games in the match series, which we've seen very interesting outcomes from that. What have you noticed from that change so far in Daytona, Chad?
Well, after Mesa, it kind of proved that every match, every point counts, especially when we go down to total games as that head-to-head for teams moving through. But we're seeing, it's almost like we're seeing more dream breakers here than what we did in Mesa, because it's, now it's like, hey, if we get 3-0, we're done and whatever. Now it's like, we're going to push through and we're going to play 4 regardless. We're just going to leave it all out on the table. And we've seen a lot of teams coming in 2-0 after winning men's and women's doubles, and we just saw it here again with Bay Area Breakers. And then they lose those 2 mixed doubles points. So the intensity level is really, really high here at Daytona, as far as everything really, really counts.
It absolutely is. Every point matters, as you said. And first serve is moments away here on Championship Court. You're looking at Paul Olin, one of the consultants for the Columbus Pickleball Club. Jeannie Arakina looks to lead us off in the service department. Millie Rain will be returning on the right side of your screen in the red. Let match play begin here on Championship Court.
So the way they're lined up right now, something we typically don't see. Arakina and Whitwell playing on opposite sides here. So it's going to be 2 backhands in the middle. From what I saw earlier this morning, Arakina was really getting isolated on the left. Whitwell not able to insert herself into the points, and when she did, she was so frustrated that she'd get 1 ball and try to end the point. So I kind of like this matchup and this mix-up, and of course, they're able to switch back at any time they want.
Millie Rain right out of the gate, strong on that forehand.
Yeah, that ball just sitting up a little too high from Arakina. Rain doing a fantastic job getting it down to the feet.
1-0. Megan Fudge, the former University of Illinois tennis standout, with the serve.
Good ball there from Arakina, pulling Rain out wide.
Lee Whitwell, fan favorite here with Major League Pickleball, is on the serve. Megan Fudge with a commanding forehand.
Yeah, too good there from Megan Fudge. I like the speed up from Arikina, but just not able to get that ball down enough.
Jeannie Arikina loading up on the backhand, proving that switch that you mentioned working out for them so far. Though too early to tell.
Tough ball there for Whitwell to reach in on that backhand side. Came out flat. Good job by Rain pulling Arikina out wide and then forcing Whitwell to try to come over and take that ball middle.
Lee Whitwell very assertive with her out call there.
I don't know if that ball was going to go out there that Whitwell kind of got handcuffed on. Fudge really didn't keep that ball down, but got the pop up anyway.
4-3.
Oh, nice spot.
Finds the middle. How'd she do it?
Yeah, she was just patient with that one, held that forehand a long time, waited for Whitwell to take one step to the left. Arikina didn't follow and just opened up that hole through the middle.
Lee Whitwell.
Yeah, that's the perfect spot there. Rain was sitting on the backhand side. Whitwell taking that one straight down the line in the right shoulder.
4-5.
We've got 360 coverage for you if you're looking for a different matchup. Plenty of action on all four courts here with Major League Pickleball.
Rain actually hit a knee on that one. Good tight ball to the body.
5-5.
Whitwell wants that one back. Body turn just a little too much, so the paddle was back behind the body.
6-5.
Arikina snipes the middle.
Yeah, I think Fudge has to try to stay in that one. I'm not sure if she lost the ball there for a second, kind of shook her head.
6-6.
The Ranchers hanging right in, tie game.
Better ball there from Fudge. Tough ball for Arikina to try to counterattack there with that big swing.
7-6.
Ball was called
I think it was
out
called
of bounds.
Called out, yeah.
Just dribbled over the net. Reminder, the new challenger rule, new Major League Pickleball rule, rather. Each team gets 2 free challenges on each side, on each game, and that means they can use those challenges at free will. However, if they challenge and are incorrect, they lose that free challenge. And then eventually, if they run out, points start to get involved. I think that ball looks I think it may have just caught the line. I'm not even going to speculate.
Thank you, because I was going to say every time I've speculated, I've been wrong. It's tough.
It looks to me like that ball grabs the line on where it lands. If the ball catches any part of the line.
See, but right there, it's hard to say. Is the ball on the court yet? With that frame, how the frame kind of jumps a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, when we've speculated at times, it's like it jumps out. I've done it. I've done it pretty much every MLP, and I've been wrong. I've been like, oh yeah, that ball's definitely out. Nope, that was in.
That was it. As we await the verdict, any themes jumping out to you so far in this game, Chad?
So I like the way the ranches is set up. Arikina's doing a good job with the two-handed backhand. I think Whitwell potentially doesn't need to be as aggressive with that backhand flick. For Fudge and Rain, they've done a good job of kind of moving the ball around and also being prepared for that attack coming from Arikina. I think coming out of this one, maybe just a little bit of momentum boost for the bus.
Looks like the call is being reversed. Columbus called the ball out of bounds. And the Ranchers will take the point.
All right, well, I'll take back my momentum boost comment. So we're all squared at sevens. The move by Whitwell, but it's kind of a do or die. If you don't finish the point there, you're stuck in a position where your partner's scrambling to cover.
8-7.
Megan Fudge comes away victorious with that one. Columbus with the 2-point lead.
9-7.
That's what that's what Lee Whitwell's known for. Textbook resets right there off of a very good drop and attack from Millie Rain.
Lee Whitwell, the native of Gibraltar. Finishing that point.
It almost looked like she thought that ball was out right there and kind of stopped and then was like, oh, you know what, I'll just step back over and put it away.
Step back over, slap it home. Millie Rain with the serve. Columbus pulling away here, the first team to 11. So we will change ends and take a peek at the overall standings of how it looks right now for the different groups here in the challenger level. We have Group C on display here on championship courts. So Columbus flipping the script, just how one player can make such a difference on your roster. They are a perfect 2-0, looking to defend that here in this matchup. Miami also flipping the script from their MLP Mesa debut, perfect 2-0, and then the defending champs, the team to beat, the Bay Area Breakers, Who do you think is the team, Chad, that can take down the Bay Area Breakers of this mix?
You know what,
if any?
From what I've seen, you know, Miami is looking like well, it is almost a new team, but like you said, it's the injection of one player and how much of an impact that can have. You know, I would probably go with Miami to really give Bay Area a run in this one. But as we've already seen, Bay Area looking very, very good and continuing their win streak here. Wow. Megan Fudge just holding it, and that's the key to the ATP. She stays relaxed, lets that ball get out past the net post, brings it back in nicely.
Megan Fudge, arguably a premier level talent, and turning the tide for Columbus as they uphold a 3-point lead. Miss hit for Fudge, and the Ranchers hanging right in, trailing by 2.
Yeah, it was kind of a late decision there from Fudge to try to jump in front of the backhand of Rain. Rain was already set up.
Playing pickleball a couple years.
Yeah, nice ball there from Fudge. Heavy slice, stays down. You see the Ranchers have switched back to forehands in the middle. Very good counter attack there from Arikina, just catching Fudge a little off balance. Tough ball there for Rain to try to speed up through the middle.
Oh, Lee Whitwell launches that ball and has some words to share for Megan Fudge.
Lee just telling Megan, why'd you get out of the way of that one? 14-11. But that's a ball Whitwell wants back.
That was a bomb coming off of Lee Whitwell's paddle. Okay, Millie Rain.
That was a better spot there from Rain. You know, she sped up a couple of balls to Arikina's forehand, and Arikina's sitting all over it. That one sells it like she's going to go down the line and cross bodies Arikina through the middle. Good finish there from Whitwell. Doesn't try to do as much with that backhand, just gets it down to the feet of Fudge.
Oh, Lee Whitwell started it. Arikina couldn't finish it off. All smiles for Millie Rain, getting out of the way of that one.
16-12.
Another miss for the Ranchers.
Yeah, a little unlucky there for Whitwell, catching the net cord and that one sailing deep. I probably would have liked to see a little bit more patience from her in that one. Pushing a ball out wide, trying to open up a hole. It wasn't the best ball staying as it was staying below the net to try to speed up.
Timeout called on the floor. Columbus pulling away from the Ranchers. Millie Rain has taken big strides since becoming a professional pickleball player. What have you liked about her game so far in this tournament and then in this game and matchup against the Ranchers at 24 years old?
I've seen her progression over the years. I think that the biggest key for her is that she's now adding some aggression into her game. She's starting to take those risks with the speed ups, but anytime that she does, she's always looking for that 1-2 combination, looking for the counter attack.
She's only been pro since, she's only been introduced to pickleball since 2020. Born in Saudi Arabia, Millie Rain. Lee Whitwell all over the overhead opportunity.
Yeah, not the best lob there from Fudge, especially onto the forehand side. A little bit of help off of the net cord there from Arikina. I like that initial step in from Arikina, but the last speed up there, you saw her balance, her footwork was kind of off.
Lee Whitwell punching that one home.
I think it was safe to say that she read that one the whole way. Sitting on that forehand before the ball was even hit.
15-18.
ATP attempt just a bit wide for Arikina to start this game. Whitwell and Arikina were flipped with backhands in the middle, as you pointed out. Now they've flipped to their forehands in the middle, seemingly a better formation. Why is this formation working out better for them?
Yeah, Arikina is the one that's being aggressive, and she's creating some of those pop-ups. Now with Whitwell with the forehand in the middle, it's a much better attack.
Oh, Whitwell goes for it.
Well, Whitwell has a good backhand, but it's not her best attack compared to the forehand.
So Columbus with a game point on their side.
Good attack there from Arikina. Whitwell got away with one on that backhand speed up.
17-20.
Rain set herself up nicely there. She had pulled Arikina back deep. Whitwell took a step to the middle, but Rain not able to pick that one up and put it over the net.
18-20.
Rain attacks the body of Arikina successfully.
Yeah, and that was part of the speed up that I was talking about earlier with Millie Rain's game. She's doing a much better job hitting crossbody balls.
Arikina buries that ball down the line. Serve returns to their side. We are entering the frozen zone on both sides. Each team must earn points now from here on out on their serves. So back to traditional scoring for the time being. And just like that, with rally scoring, the Texas Ranchers back in it. How are they able to pull so close within this one after being so far away for the majority of this game?
You know, one thing I like, Arikina has taken a step back away from the kitchen line, so it's giving her a little bit more time to counterattack the speed ups coming from Fudge and Rain. And we saw that there in the last point. I would like to see Rain and Fudge kind of spread Arikina and Whitwell out, but if they don't, you know, Arikina is going to continue looking for that counterattack. And then Whitwell, when she gets the opportunity, she's being able to set up Arikina as well.
What do you think the advice was from Paul Olin on the side of Columbus, Chad?
Yeah, I think it's similar as far as staying a little bit more patient and creating a hole before the speed up. I like the aggression and the speed ups from Fudge and Rain, but they're just not quite picking the right spot. Throughout this one, they've kind of pushed Arikina and Whitwell around before speeding it up. Again, sitting on the counterattack. Whitwell, not a hard-paced ball with that speed up, kind of medium-paced. It was almost like just baiting Rain into trying to attack Arikina.
The Ranchers climb within one. All Columbus needs to do to win game one is get this serve back and close in. Not as easy as it looks. Whitwell ties it up. We are locked in at 20 points apiece on championship court. The Ranchers have pulled the comeback.
Yeah, Arikina's feeling it right now. She's on a roll. She's in her groove. I think the bus needs to switch it up and go at Whitwell here.
With her ankles.
That's not it. There's no swing on this. Watch the attack, and she just blocks it with the angle. Goes straight past Rain, and that just goes to prove right there you don't always need power. Wow.
Boy.
Arikina stepping in big. I mean, the difference in that one is Arikina. She was the initial target. She was the predominant target for the bus, but she made the adjustment.
The Texas Ranchers, a Cinderella story, at least in that game number one. Didn't look like they had any chance at all. With significant deficits they had to overcome, and they found a way to win game number one. They now have the 1-0 series edge over Columbus, who is yet to be beaten so far today, as we welcome in the third member of our crew, Cameron Blackwood, standing by with the winners.
Lee Whitwell, you were just telling her you can play from the left side. She got super aggressive there at the very end. What was the discussion on the changeover? Because I know you guys made some adjustments.
Yeah, I basically got in her head and made her mad at me, and then said, take it out on the ball. And it worked. So that's my strategy moving forward.
Well, there you have it. And moving in, you guys had a little bit of a slower start, working your way from behind the entire time. Yes, you came out with aggression, but you started to find some communication better in the middle. How were you able to do that?
Lee has just told me a lot of strategy-wise, you know, the right things to do, and she brings just so much positive energy and everything that helped me to pull it through today.
There you have it. Ranchers are going up 1-0. We're going to head into men's doubles. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Genie MVP, let's go.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Ora Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
The Pro XR Pickleball Paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
Back on championship court, what a comeback we just witnessed here a moment ago in the women's doubles matchup between the Ranchers and Columbus. So now we move on to the men's doubles game. It is Scott Dorner and his partner Patrick Smith in the turquoise-colored shirts for the Texas Ranchers. Taking on Columbus is CJ Klinger and his partner Yates Johnson in the red. And this is an interesting matchup for many reasons. What are you looking for, strategically speaking, on both sides, Chad?
Yeah, I think the X factor in this one, specifically for the bus, is going to be CJ Klinger. He's got a huge upside potential, but being younger, newer to the pro circuit, it's going to come down to the consistency for him. I did see Smith and Dorner earlier this morning for the Ranchers. They looked pretty good together. However, there was some communication issues in that one. They tried switching sides a few times. But I think it's going to be the power and the speed coming from the bus with Klinger and Johnson. It's going to put the Ranchers to the test here.
First serve is underway. And Dorner just catches the baseline on the first point of the game.
Good hands there from Klinger, both on the forehand and backhand side.
Columbus with an early 2-1 lead over the Texas Ranchers.
Getting a little help from the net cord there. Off of the stab backhand speed up there from Johnson. Dorner doing a good job just to get a paddle on that one.
Just wide. An unfortunate bounce off the net for Pat Smith.
ball there for Klinger to try to drive. Back foot, weight falling back on that one. We saw it go about halfway up the net.
Nifty shot from Pat Smith. Nice bounce off the net. He'll take it. Pat Smith grew up in Munich, Germany. Also played D1 tennis at the University of Missouri in Kansas City. One of the oldest players on the tour right now on the men's side for Major League Pickleball.
Oh, a little unlucky there. But it's good patience from Klinger. Just moving that ball around. Dorna almost missed it into the net, but got the dribbler up and over. Ball just deep. Dorna not cranking on that topspin forehand enough.
6-4.
How about the hands of Yates Johnson?
Yeah, it's a good step in there from Yates. Taking that chance going into the body of Pat Smith.
7-4. Side out.
Yates does not miss that one very often.
5-7.
Pat Smith with the serve to Yates Johnson. And he finds the middle just like that. Smith and Dorner right back in it.
Good spot there from Smith. Good backhand roll. I think I thought he was going to go down the line and attack him into the body.
Dorner, a fellow Australian, like our friend Chad Edwards here in the booth.
Had a good speed up there into body of Pat Smith. Yeah, Dorner playing tennis at Pepperdine University in California.
Also won the Australian U16 grass court and clay court championships. Became one of the nation's top-ranked juniors. Now taking his tennis background to pickleball to help the Ranchers edge out the unbeaten Columbus.
And Dorna actually coached Sam Query for a while in tennis. So now they're both over here in pickleball. Good speed up there again from Yates. Finding success going into the body of both Dorna and Smith. Smaller frame guy, but a big forehand.
Columbus, the first team to 11, so we will have an end change. The Ranchers caught some momentum, seemingly were coming back, and then now Columbus has pulled away again. What's happening when these runs start to get put together on the side of Columbus?
Yeah, and it's kind of, it's a little bit of the power that I was talking about at the beginning, right? Yates has one of the bigger forehands on the tours, and when he's feeling it, he hits it with such heavy topspin. It's got so much shape to it. When he goes into the body, you expect it to be up at the chest. It kind of comes down to the waist, and that's where you get that quick paddle drop and the ball pops up. And then Klinger's just staying patient within those rallies, moving the ball around, and then giving Yates the opportunities to step in and speed those balls up. We saw a little bit of this morning against the Ranchers. And the adjustment that Dorner and Smith made is that they then became the ones that had to be the aggressors and start speeding balls up. I'd say that's probably what they need to do in this one as well. Smith had a couple of well-timed speed ups and found some holes through the middle, but now they're the ones being attacked. It's that tricky situation of, you know, do I speed it up or do I look for a counter attack?
Not a lot of holes to exploit on the side of CJ Klinger and Yates Johnson. So where do you go?
Yeah, you've got to spread them out a little bit more. So you go sideline to sideline, move them around, get them off balance, and then you get those dead dinks that kind of sit in the middle of the court.
11-7.
There it is right there.
There it is.
Pulled him out wide. Johnson gives that kind of floating ball back, and then Smith can step in or reach in and attack Klinger right into the body.
Yates Johnson and the Ernie. A beautiful play.
Yeah, good defense there from Dorner and Smith, but Yates just straddling that kitchen.
Oh, almost snagged it. Was CJ Klinger. Pat Smith almost couldn't believe it.
I don't like that speed up there from Klinger. He's one that can't fall into that trap of, if everybody else is speeding it up, he can't try to speed those balls up too soon either. That's not part of his game. Oh, that is massive.
Yates Johnson.
Dorner's trying to figure out which way he could have moved to get out of the way of that one. But that was an absolute bullet. There's nothing that Dorner could do to get out of the way of that one.
13-10.
Even at maximum hand speed. That was a beautiful shot by Yates Johnson.
So that's a rethinking process right there for Smith. Changed his mind mid-shot. You saw with the paddle face open, he was going to cut that back cross court, then decided to speed it up. But that ball's always going to come out flat.
14-10.
Again, Klinger talking to Johnson there. I'll give you space on that one. I'd like to step over from Klinger, but he's just got to set up Johnson on that one. He can't try to speed it up. Good hands there from Smith. So we had a little switching of sides there in the middle of that one. We can still stack in MLP, even though we're set on sides.
Side out, point 15.
A rare miss serve on the side of the Ranchers, who just captured a bit of momentum. Columbus looking to capitalize. Yates Johnson on the serve.
15-12.
So Klinger trying to fan that one there for Yates. That one was going to be close to not making it over the net. Unfortunate there for Johnson, but good pressure from Smith and Dorner.
13-15.
Smith visibly frustrated with that one, catching that one too late. Good spot there from Klinger.
Oh, Scott Dorner just finds the open corner.
I thought for sure that Johnson had that past Dorner, but he got full extension there. And I think Johnson thought he had it as well. Didn't even react to that ball coming from Dorner back down the line.
Just shy there for Smith. Wants that one back, a crucial point in the game.
17-14.
A timeout called on the side of the Ranchers, and that's a smart time to call it. Other than the couple of unforced errors there, how was this one slipping away from the Ranchers?
Yeah, well, the Ranchers were making a good run and closing that distance, but the untimely errors there from Smith, with rally scoring, it just makes it so difficult to get back into it with those errors. And a little bit of an adjustment here from the bus as well. Like, Johnson's the aggressor. Klinger is very, very capable of counterattacking. And they've made their adjustment there knowing that Smith and Dorner are going to be more aggressive. But I think this one's going to come down to the untimely errors for the Ranchers and just letting things slip away.
Yates Johnson and CJ Klinger have been impressive, though, all day long. What do you think works so well on their side as a partnership?
I think it's that power and stability matchup or mix where Johnson's the one being the aggressor. He's got that big forehand. Klinger does a fantastic job of setting him up and setting up those balls for Johnson to speed up, but he's also very capable of counterattacking.
Side out.
Johnson not quite putting enough behind that one.
15-18.
Another miss from Pat Smith.
Trading off mixed thirds right there. Those are almost, well, in essence, they are 3 points.
19-15.
Pat Smith looking to break his paddle, frustrated, and rightly so. Columbus 1 point away from evening out the series. Klinger grabs the baseline and the game with that. Columbus ties things up at championship court. Wouldn't be surprised, Chad, if we see another dream breaker here on championship court. It's been the theme all day. Why would it be any different now?
Why not go 5 for 5?
Why not? Overall, how were CJ Klinger and Yates Johnson able to rally the troops and capitalize on this men's doubles matchup?
Yeah, they weathered a little bit of a storm there from the Ranchers. Dorner and Smith coming in, being more aggressive, putting the attack to them. Klinger and Johnson at times, made some poor decisions as far as speed ups, but they didn't allow it to develop and get too large. They made that adjustment really quickly. I think that was kind of the difference for them, is that they made their adjustments faster than the Ranchers did. And they looked very, very comfortable out there doing it.
The winners are standing by with our top 50 female pro, Cameron Blackwood.
Yates, you guys came out very aggressive in there, almost pulling the trigger first on most of the points. How confident were you in your hands versus theirs?
I think we were having really good exchanges on both sides. I think we were winning most of them in the beginning. I mean, CJ is playing like an animal out here. Yeah, and we were really patient dinking, and yeah, it really paid off. I think that was one of our more solid matches for sure.
And CJ, how important is it to get momentum back on your side, knowing that your women lost and not get in a 0-2 deficit and tied up 1-1?
Oh, it's huge, not going to 2. Big difference between 1-1 and 2-2.
There you have it, guys. They tied it up 1-1. We are heading into mixed doubles. You guys don't want to go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's Saturday. No one's here. Right? Are you getting this? So if he wants the invoice,
water doesn't have to be boring. Turn it up with Cirkul. With over 40 delicious flavors and a dial that controls your intensity, Cirkul starts a party for your taste buds. No sugar, no calories, and no artificial flavors. Just good times. Cirkul. It's your water, your way. Try Cirkul at drinkcirkul.com.
Just like my mama said, hard times and that good breed that you're born. Hustler, when the world wants you to sing a swill, I ain't gonna do that.
Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs and 95 calories.
At From With Pickleball, we believe in the power of our sport to unite a community. We have introduced hundreds of people to pickleball by funding a 10-court public facility in our hometown with leagues and lessons to make everyone feel valued. We take that same approach to our business with personalized customer service and same-day shipping from our huge inventory. When you order from With Pickleball, you're supporting a small business and a diverse community of pickleball fanatics. We have the gear you need and the service you can trust.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Oro Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
The Pro XR Pickleball Paddle.
Our coverage rolls on from Championship Court. We are all tied up 1 game apiece between the Columbus Pickleball Club and the Texas Ranchers. Columbus is the home team as we head into our mixed doubles matchups, and that means the Texas Ranchers had to lay their matchup out first for the Columbus Pickleball Club to counter with based on who the Ranchers put out first. Which also means if we go to a Dream Breaker, which I'll put my money that we will, that means...
Predicting it already.
I'm predicting it already. That means the roles will reverse there. The Texas Rangers will get to... Ranchers, excuse me. That's the baseball team.
I almost hit it myself.
The Texas Ranchers will then have to counter in the reaction of the Dream Breaker singles format. So that means Columbus will have to put their order out first, to which the Ranchers can then place whoever they want matchup-wise when it gets to the singles tiebreaker round. But for now, we're going to just enjoy the mixed doubles round. It's Millie Rain and CJ Klinger taking on Jeannie Arokina and Scott Dorner. Who would you say has the edge in this matchup and why, Chad?
Yeah, I think Columbus with Klinger and Rain kind of have a little bit of an edge on this one. They are partners on the regular tours, so they're very comfortable with each other. Klinger kind of switches roles here on this one. Does an excellent job reaching in and speeding some balls up. What they have to be careful of is what we saw with Arokina in the women's doubles. She is really looking for those counterattacks.
Point
Klinger goes for it early. Right choice?
Yeah, I don't mind that speed up. It's just he came a little flat. We see him working on getting the paddle underneath the ball.
Joe McMahon and Chad Edwards in the booth. Cameron Blackwood joining us from the sideline. And how about that finish for Arokina?
Yeah, picking up where she left off with women's doubles. Been pretty impressed with the adjustment she's made throughout the day. And then, as I say, I've been pretty impressed. She misses the ball into the net, but that's typical, right?
Broadcaster's curse, I believe Adam Stone calls it. Ooh, good hands by Dorner. Getting involved in the hands battle.
Yeah, good counterattack there from Millie Rain. Two good swings there, getting on top of each of them.
2-2.
Oh, too powerful of a backhand for C.J. Klinger.
Yeah, and he read that cross-court ball from Dorner extremely well.
3-2.
Ooh, body bag, C.J. Klinger catches Jeannie Arokina.
So, completely different C.J. Klinger in mixed doubles compared to what we see in men's doubles, right? He's more of that stable, consistent player in men's doubles, but he definitely stepping in with the aggression.
Fault call on C.J. Klinger. Gets a little crafty there at the kitchen.
Left foot, maybe.
3-4.
Yeah. He slid through the kitchen net.
C.J. Klinger, just 17 years old.
Ooh, almost picked it up, but that's an excellent spot from Millie Rain to start that exchange. Really jamming up Arokina.
5-3.
That's why. Poor Klinger, you're laughing. What's
he read that one perfectly. He almost read it too well because he was so prepared and took a bigger swing. I was just laughing at the hands on the hips as soon as it came off his paddle.
Another out ball for Columbus. The Ranchers tying things up. Here's something that'll make you feel old if you're 30s or above. C.J. Klinger was born in 2006. So there's that. There is that.
He's only a couple of years older than my daughter.
And he's already pro in pickleball, well on his way in his career.
Well, I mean, you say that, you can say the same about Anna Lee, right?
Oh, absolutely. Anna Lee Waters, the #1 overall draft pick of the Premier League, which will be in action tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, right here on Championship Court. The Gauntlet Group B, everyone's talking about for the Premier League, but for now we are giving some love to the challenger level. Every point matters for every single team, though, in this entire tournament for Major League Pickleball. 24 teams, 12 in the challenger level, 12 in the Premier level, and the points matter because this year's competition is setting the stage for next year's 2024 promotion and relegation system that will take hold for the remainder of the foreseeable future for Major League Pickleball. So whether you're in the Challenger, Premier, ownership is looking at their teams with a very tight eye because it's crucial for where they land.
100%. You know, it's been exciting to see the growth of MLP. Like when it was first introduced a couple of years ago, people were like, oh, wow, this is really cool.
Yeah.
And then year 2,
even bigger,
and now this year with the full expansion, these owners are intense and they're into it.
Owners like LeBron James, Tom Brady, Kim Clijsters, Hall of Famer, James Blake, Brené Brown, you name it, Kevin Durant.
There's a very long list.
There's a long list, and the passion is there, the financial backing is there, and the sport continues to grow at a rapid pace. Steve Kuhn, founder of Major League Pickleball, says it. The sport grows in dog years, which is true. Ages in dog years, rather, which is a fair statement. As we continue our discussion at the court level, we will continue ours with regards to Major League Pickleball. I've heard some of these pros say they want this Major League Pickleball to expand to 12 events in the future, from 6 to 12.
I think, you know, when you talk to a lot of the pros, this is their favorite event. Well, these are their favorite events throughout the year, just because of the team concept, right? You're fighting for something, and you have so many people behind you, and you've got your team sitting on the sideline, and everybody's picking you up, and it's high energy, it's high intensity. The rest of them, you're kind of, it's you and your partner, or it's yourself in singles, obviously, and everybody's kind of fighting against each other. Here, you got friends to back you up.
Nothing else like it. CJ Klinger will bring us back to serve for Columbus. Just long for Arokina. Gets caught high on the backhand.
And that one getting a little too far behind it.
Oh, CJ Klinger, not the player you want to get in a hands battle with if you're Arokina.
Oh, to have 17-year-old hands again. The brain's there. The reaction's not so much.
What year were you born, Chad?
82. Just
kidding. But thank you for sharing.
I'll be 41 on Saturday.
You don't look a day older than 21. You and CJ Klinger.
I think the gray hair throws it off a little bit. Again, Klinger, we saw it in men's doubles on a couple of his drives there. A little off balance, trying to hit off back foot. Good ball there from Rain, getting the ball down to the feet of Arokina.
This is the final round of group play. The quarterfinal rounds will begin tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for the challenger level.
Oh, just wide.
Oh, ATP defended beautifully from Scott Dorner.
Dorner reading that one perfectly. Steps back and angles away from the kitchen, knowing that Klinger is going to try to hit that back corner with the around the post. Yeah, good spot there from Klinger. Need to do a little bit something more with that ball, do the ranches. They can't give Klinger those dead dinks that sit up.
So Columbus, the first team to 11, switching sides, are the Texas Ranchers. And Columbus Any adjustments you'd like to see Irakina and Dorner make? Or do you like the progress they've made so far in the last couple of points?
Well, I think the last couple of points, the bus has kind of pulled away a little bit. They've shown the aggression. They've attacked the body of the Ranches. I think it's similar to what we saw in men's doubles. The Ranches kind of need to move Klinger and Rain around a little bit. I'd like to see them go behind Klinger, take him away from the middle of the court, isolate Rain a little bit. Because right now they're just allowing Klinger to stand in the middle of the court and kind of have those speed ups at will. And Rain's doing an excellent support job.
Lee Whitwell, one of the original talents of Major League Pickleball, offering her wisdom on the side of the Texas Ranchers as Columbus looks to pull away.
Columbus, their positions. Thank you. All right, players, time in. 11-8.
Oh.
Side out.
Unlucky bounce for Columbus. Scott Dorner will take it.
9-11.
Ball left too high there from Irakina. Klinger's not going to miss that one. Yeah, and I don't mind those speed ups from Rain, but Irakina recognizing those balls extremely early.
10-12.
Just long for Klinger.
And we see Klinger shaking his head on that one. That ball got a little too deep, a little too far behind the body. It's a tough speed up.
Scott Dorner wants that one back.
I like the aggression there from Dorner and Irakina. Klinger a little too big of a take back on that last ball. Needed to look more for a reset than a counter. The right spot there for Rain. A little impatient with that one. Dorner sitting all over it.
13-13.
Oh, CJ Klinger coming to leg. They've been neck and neck this entire series. Klinger back to serve.
Good move from Rain. That's the position where you've got to have trust in your partner there. Rain left early, looked for the only attempt. She knew that Klinger was going to be there to cover.
15-13.
Better job there from Irakina.
shy for Klinger, who reaches in, catches the net cord.
15.
The Ranchers tie it up on championship court.
Yeah, there's a good spot there going behind Donna. Is looking to get big in the middle of the court.
15.
Ball just deep. Again, such a tough spot to give away those free points with missed returns.
Columbus pulling away with a 2-point lead.
17-15.
Very good ball there from CJ Klinger, just holding it, making it look like he's going to speed up again at Arikina and then just rolling behind Donna.
The angle and precision on that shot is impressive for the young CJ Klinger, as a timeout is called on the floor wisely for the Texas Ranchers. 3 points down. But with rally scoring, we've seen how quickly things can change, and we still have one mixed doubles matchup to go. CJ Klinger has been a difference maker here in this mixed doubles matchup.
Yeah, and again, it's come down to how quickly he's made his adjustments. He missed a couple of balls here and there, but he's not stringing those errors together, giving 2, 3, 4. It's one and then the adjustment, where we've seen kind of on the Ranchers side is when they've given up those errors, it's been multiple errors in a row, and that's what's come down to this little mini break here for Columbus. Like those speed ups there from Arikina, putting the pressure on Rain. And then finding that hole through the middle there as Klinger undecided on how far he should come over.
Toe-to-toe against Arikina.
And we see in that speed up, she actually takes a step back, gives herself a little bit more time.
Oh, Millie Rain.
CJ Klinger getting a little fired up.
3 times she was off the court defending the overhead.
The issue there for the Ranchers, and specifically Scott Dorner, is when he's hitting those overheads, he's putting it right down at the kitchen line. With the pickleball and hitting it that hard down into the court, it's taking all of the pace off of it. You got to hit through that a little bit more, get a little deeper on that overhead.
A fault called on the Ranchers, so Columbus steals game number 3 in this mixed doubles matchup. CJ Klinger and the hard-fought effort of Millie Rain. A well-deserved win for Columbus. Ultimately, how are they able to pull away in the end?
Yeah, I mean, Klinger playing a huge role, establishing his presence in the middle of the court, chose the right time to speed up, but it also gave Millie Rain a little bit of freedom, try to throw out some of those early attempts, and then also just to give a little bit of space and that step back away from the kitchen line. It helped her with those counterattacks from Erikina.
So that leaves us with our final mixed doubles matchup in this one. We will get to those in just a minute, but first, CJ Klinger and Millie Rain standing by with Cameron Blackwood.
Millen, a dominating performance by you and CJ. You guys actually got to counter with the Ranchers picking that lineup first. Why choosing this team to go up?
Because CJ is a lefty, and so we wanted to get the girls in front of the girls, see what we could do there, have the men take over.
And CJ, you went in men's doubles, playing more of a beta role, and then switching over to mixed, playing that alpha role. How were you able to make that switch so quickly?
Just execute shots and make them.
There you have it. They are going up 2-1. We have our next mixed doubles match coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville! You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
Oh my good Lord, what a feeling. All of this joy I've been stealing. We all need someone that can make us believe. So call me a man on a mission. I'm guilty by my own admission. Locked up but I break free. No chains could ever take me. Can't stop, won't stop, don't stop now.
Dulce Vida. You are what you drink.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball.
Back on championship court for our final mixed doubles matchup between the Texas Ranchers and the Columbus Pickleball Club. Earlier, we saw Millie Rain and CJ Klinger have an excellent effort at the end of their mixed doubles matchup to earn the 2-1 edge over the Ranchers. So now it's a couple of MLP originals, Pat Smith and Lee Whitwell on the side of the Ranchers in the turquoise, squaring off against Megan Fudge, Yates Johnson. How do you see this one playing out?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a tough matchup for the Ranchers. Johnson and Fudge playing extremely well, and Johnson just ripping that two-hand backhand past Smith there. What the Ranchers have to be careful of and look for is the power from Yates Johnson, specifically on his third shot drive. Oh, he set himself up, but that's exactly what I was talking about right there. He's going to step in and he's going to rip a lot of those third shot balls probably into the body of Whitwell.
Yates Johnson, a former SMU tennis standout. Lots of former D1 tennis athletes on the court right now. Pat Smith lines it up, perfectly executed.
Yeah, just threaded the needle down the line there. Fudge not taking that step over to the right.
2-1.
Powerful punch from Lee Whitwell.
And a good drive there from Whitwell. Adding a little top spin.
3-1.
Back on the baseline the entire point.
Yeah, Whitwell hitting that top spin forehand roll, probably as deep as she could go, catching that baseline.
Yates Johnson don't want to get in the way of that overhead.
That one's not coming back.
Yates Johnson and his brother Hunter reached a ranking of ATP top 200 in the world as doubles partners when they turned pro in tennis. Whitwell thought about for excitement
second.
points and for a split second for entertainment value. Almost hit it.
How about the counterattack there from Smith? Johnson thought he had a hole. Smith able to bring that one from back behind him for the winner.
6-2.
Oh, that's very, very pretty there from Yates Johnson. Makes it look like he's going to go cross court with it, and then a flick just into the right side of the body of Lee Whitwell.
3-6. Point.
Three-point there from Pat Smith.
4-6.
Yates Johnson has so much power behind his swing. Not much stifles Lee Whitwell, but that shot looked tough to handle as the Ranchers continue on with their three-point lead. And that rip down the middle for Pat Smith. Make that a 4-point lead.
Yeah, the Columbus looks a little off balance right now. A little miscommunication there on that last one with Smith driving through the middle.
Ranchers running away with this one so far, but we see how quickly things can change with rally scoring. As Yates Johnson and Megan Fudge look for some momentum. They won't get it here. Lee Whitwell, Pat Smith, a dangerous duo. What's working so well on their side, Pat? Or excuse me, Chad. We've all been here since 7 a.m.
No,
I'm
I'm really impressed with Smith and Whitwell. This is not what I saw earlier this morning. Better ball there from Yates. But yeah, for Smith and Whitwell, they've made some adjustments as the day's gone on. Smith is choosing the right balls to speed up, and they're both looking for that aggression coming from Johnson. However, that one proving just a little too strong for Whitwell.
6-10.
Another speed up there from Johnson. He sets himself up so well, uses the legs, really gets that paddle head underneath the ball, and then just accelerates, brush in the back. Oh, Whitwell saying thank you very much. I'll take that one.
The Ranchers lead the way. The first team to 11 will switch sides. I told you this one was going to a dream breaker, Chad. I warned you. I warned you. Buckle up. Well, never say never.
Never say never.
In rally scoring, but I'm pretty sure I smell a dream breaker here on championship court. Pat Smith, Lee Whitwell are just an unstoppable duo at the moment. Very seamless combination between those two veteran players. They've been around the sport a long time. Yates Johnson, a newer face on the tour, and Megan Fudge. We want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Cirkul, for supporting Major League Pickleball and all of us here at the Daytona Beach Major League Pickleball stop on the tour. I could use some of that fuel. Send it on up to the booth. Chad and I will take it.
Yeah, my favorite, the caffeine-infused ones.
Okay. Yes, please. Give us the product placement, Chad. Chad's on 4 hours of sleep, everybody.
We've
surviving and thriving.
Surviving and thriving. That's my usual 4 to 5 hours.
Swing from one to the other, you know. And another error for Columbus. Not looking good on their side. The Ranchers continue to carve out their 5-point lead. Lee Whitwell back to serve.
Yeah, I think the big thing for the Ranchers right now is they're playing nice and relaxed. They're not pressing. They're not overthinking. They're reacting well to the speed ups from Johnson. It's almost like Columbus is pressing a little bit here, trying to make things happen.
If we do go Dream Breaker, what do you think about the singles matchups? Who's a stronger singles built team?
I would probably give it to Columbus on the Dream Breaker side. And if they do go to a Dream Breaker, this will be the 3rd Dream Breaker for the Ranchers on the day.
Oh.
They lost the first one 22-20, won the second one.
Should have had that ball. What did you make of him tracking that down all the way through? The right play?
Yeah, it's the right play. It's excellent coverage right there, but it's an even better job from the Ranchers to really stretch Columbus out across the court.
15-8.
They had him up, back, side to side. Good reach and good step over from Smith. Recognizing that Fudge was going to try to keep Whitwell back.
Timeout Columbus. Score is 16-8.
Timeout Columbus, trailing by 8. Paul Olin leading the discussion on their side. As for the Ranchers, a well-oiled machine on their side.
That's almost at this point right here. The game hasn't quite gotten away from Columbus yet, but they definitely need to make the adjustment, so it's a good timeout. But like I said earlier, it feels like Columbus is just trying to press a little bit, trying to do a little too much. I think we need to get some higher quality dinks from Fudge, moving Smith and Whitwell around. And then Yates not trying to do too much with those speed ups.
The Ranchers running away with this one, looking for another dream breaker. We'll be curious to see how their bodies are feeling after day one, if this is their third one of the day. You might have noticed the owner, Tim Klitsch, standing behind the bench of the Ranchers.
Quintessential cowboy right there.
That's right.
Walking around with the boots and spurs on.
Good old Texas. Lee Whitwell looking to capitalize, 5 points away from pushing a dream breaker. Can they finish it off? Megan Fudge, Yates Johnson hoping otherwise.
Time in. 16-8.
Oh, just wide for Johnson. Staring down what he wanted to be a passing shot.
Yeah, it was a good setup. He just pushed it a little wide.
17-8. Side out, point 9.
So funnily enough, he wins the point on the probably one of the slowest reach-ins that he's had this whole game.
And Johnson just can't seem to find a rhythm here.
Yeah, Fudge is trying to hit that top spin cross-court forehand dink there, and she's had some issues with it throughout this one as far as just floating on her.
18-9.
Of Pat Smith, getting some momentum, any thread of momentum on their side.
Well, even if they don't win this one, they've got to get that momentum rolling into the dream breaker. Oh, communication issue there. Whitwell saying my bad as soon as the clash of paddles happened.
11-18.
All right, Columbus sneaking their way back in. Uh-oh. Could win this one straight up if they win this match, or this game, excuse me, number 4.
Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Couple of errors creeping in here. We've seen that issue from the Ranches.
5 points seems like a big lead until you get in the mix of rally scoring. Oh, Lee Whitwell with the angle. The no-looky angle.
And the finger wag after, but
and the stare down.
Watch the off-pace overhead there. Johnson's back at the signs in front of us, all the way at the back of the court.
Okay, the Ranchers back on top, now by 6. Oh, Whitwell. A punishable offense with that pop-up.
I have to say, this is certainly not what I expected coming into this matchup. Smith and Whitwell doing a fantastic job of one, creating the pop-ups, but two, really putting the pressure on when they get the opportunity to speed up.
Oh, that one just lands on the baseline. Just barely. Columbus hanging on by a thread. Now the Ranchers are frozen at 20, so they can only win this game on their serve. They're on traditional scoring, as many people know pickleball on their side. Columbus Pickleball Club continues on the rally scoring side until they get to 18. Smith.
Yeah, it's a tough ball to speed up there. Fudge keeping it low.
15, 20.
Oh, ATP attempt for Pat Smith. Just caught a bit inside.
Yeah, I think there's some hesitation there from Smith. Thought about taking it back cross court and then decided to wait a little bit longer, but it never fully got outside the post.
Pat Smith finds the body of Megan Fudge. The Ranchers with game point on their side, looking to push the Dreambreaker.
2016.
Guess what? We're going to a tiebreaker. 5 games. We would expect nothing less. These teams have been trading point for point. It was close the entire way through. It had Dreambreaker written all over it from the moment it began. So Columbus looking to stay undefeated, and the Texas Ranchers ran away with game number 4. So what will the singles matchups look like? Remember, Columbus is the home team, so they got to pick their mixed doubles matchups second according to who the Ranchers put out first. So now the Ranchers get to counter based on who Columbus puts out first. So the order will be intriguing as we check in with the third member of our crew, top 50 female pro Cameron Blackwood, standing by with the winners.
Ranchers, you're heading into your third Dreambreaker of today. But before that, we know what you said to Jeannie to fire you up. I want to know the conversation you had with Pat before stepping out on this court.
I said, it's you and me, baby. Let's dance. And we did.
That's true.
And speaking of that, you guys have such a good relationship off court. How much does that play on court here? Just the comfortability and the trust that you guys have.
Oh, it makes it a lot easier to play out there and have fun. I mean, it's pretty lonely out here at times, but with Lee next to me, it's a lot of fun, and yeah, we bring the energy.
There you have it. Ranchers are taking it into their third Dreambreaker of the day. Michelle, back up to you.
Cameron, thanks so much. To a Dreambreaker we go, as the Ranchers get to pick the matchups this time in the singles format. If you're new here, welcome. It's still rally scoring to 21 points. The singles rotation will go in 4-point spurts. And once again, Columbus gets to decide who they put out first. Adam Stone said earlier, a nice comparison, it's like a batting order for whoever goes first. You're going to put your strongest out first, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. But there are some strategic happenings that go out there as well. But
if you're the team that has to put your order out first, do you just go strongest first,
you just
right?
go
They get to play the
strongest
most
first through, and that's where if you get to put out your lineup second, you might throw out the sacrificial lamb against their best singles player. But I think what we've seen predominantly today is that each team's kind of been putting out, their 1, 2, 3, 4 strength-wise singles players. So I would almost say that Yates Johnson's going to go number 1 for Columbus, and then Klinger, Fudge, and then Rain. But the top 3 for Columbus, very accomplished singles players. They've all won medals on the tours, whether it be gold, silver, or bronze. Or on the ranches, you've got 4 players that typically aren't don't have the singles prowess that the Columbus team does. So this one's going to be interesting because anything can happen with MLP and anything can happen with the Dream Breaker. So a couple of years ago, Lee Whitwell just ripping poles past Dekel Bar.
So the team you say that's more built for the Dream Breaker would be Columbus. You stand by that statement?
Yep.
Okay, here are the matches according to Cameron Blackwood. Thanks to her due diligence on the sideline, it is going to be Lee Whitwell out first.
Oh, for the ranches are choosing it. Okay.
No, sorry. The Columbus Yates Johnson is
Yates
first.
Johnson. Okay, yeah. Well,
matching up against
the sacrificial lamb
Lee
right
Whitwell.
there, right?
Yes. So CJ Klinger is out second for Columbus. And then it's Megan Fudge, Millie Rain. So against CJ, it's Pat Smith.
Yep.
Megan Fudge gets Scott Dorner, and Millie Rain gets Jeannie Arakina.
Yeah, so Whitwell is, in reality, Whitwell needs to go out and get 1 point each rotation.
Well, hey, if there's one person that can do it as the underdog and thrives in that role, it's Lee Whitwell. We saw what she did in her debut with the Dream Breaker back in the original format, one of the earlier seasons with the Florida Smash. Wasn't it Dekel Bar that she
that's who it was
in that Dream Breaker format? So if she can get a couple of points off Dekel Bar, I'm thinking she can also steal some off Yates Johnson.
Yep, that's what I say. Anything's possible.
And in what
with
other
the Dream
sport?
Breaker.
What other sport do you get a matchup like this? Here you have Lee Whitwell in her late 40s matching up against Yates Johnson in his late 20s. Male, female, opposing sides. There's no other sport that you can get a matchup like this.
0-0.
Oh, Whitwell with the passing shot.
Right out of the gates. There is more pressure right now on Yates Johnson than there is on Lee Whitwell.
There is no pressure like it in pickleball than the Dream Breaker for MLP. For that fact that just happened there.
She goes for the passing shot again twice.
She's stumping her feet at Yates Johnson, saying you're not supposed to get those back.
This is by far and away the most entertaining Dream Breaker that I've seen on championship court today because Lee Whitwell is a part of it. Yates Johnson with the serve. 2 more points in this rotation.
Try to go heavy spin there on that cut return, but you know what? Litwell did a job. Lee Whitwell did her job in that one. It said she needed to get at least 1 on each rotation hit.
Up next in the rotation, CJ Klinger and Pat Smith.
Side out, point.
Klinger going for the big serve, but missing that one deep.
2-3.
baseline, rolling that volley in, saying a little prayer when that one was in the air. Please go in, please go in.
Sucked in on that one to try to bring the air out of it.
3-3.
CJ Klinger, couple of unforced errors on his side.
Yeah, Klinger feeling the pressure a little bit here.
Almost touched it, CJ Klinger. So we move to our next rotation. Pat Smith coming away with 3 points. CJ Klinger getting 1, so Megan Fudge squares off against Scott Dorner.
4-4.
Oh, Fudge almost with a couple of strong passing attempts. Scott Dorner was too fast with his hands. If she got that ball wide enough.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a, take some pace off, roll it out wide there, don't try to hit through him.
And there, oh, ball is called wide. Megan Fudge looking to...
Can't ask the referees now whether they see
nope,
it. Whether
you have 10 seconds to challenge it, or you've got to let it roll.
Okay. They're challenging the alcohol.
Based on some reviews from the crowd. You can't defer to the refs, but I guess you can defer to the crowd.
That's exactly what I was waiting for, because it happened this morning as well. We were talking about the new rule as far as you can't appeal to the referees on whether they saw a ball in or out, but you can look out to the whole crowd and say, hey, what do you think sitting on the line there? And you're going based off
Honestly,
of do I challenge or not?
Close. I don't know. I feel like that's a good challenge. That's a great challenge. I'm going, that ball's in. I don't know about you, but that ball's in. That ball is in.
I plead the fifth.
I'm going confident in, and if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. I'll take the L.
I would have to agree with you on that one. It definitely looks like it catches the line.
Going politician on me, Chad. Okay. You're supposed to be the analyst here. You're supposed to be weighing in.
I have been wrong on every single statement I've made about a video challenge for the history of MLP.
That was Amir Delic, by the way, that instigated the call.
It was.
One of the owners of Clean Cause in Frisco. Scott Dorner looking for validation on his side. So, what's the verdict, Courtney Johnson?
The call is overturned. The ball was in.
Okay, ball was in. Megan Fudge thought she saw it in, celebrated the point. She did indeed.
Now we're serving a 5-5 and maintain the video challenge. All right, players.
So the Ranchers incorrectly called that, and by default will lose one of their 3 challenges because the call was overturned.
Oh, good control there from Dorner. Yeah, another introduction here at Daytona from Mesa is if your call gets overturned, you lose that challenge, and if you are out of challenges, oh, that's ridiculously good.
That was madness.
Ridiculous forehand cross court there from Dorner. But yes, if you are out of challenges, you can still challenge, but if you're wrong, you lose a point. Ball's wide. So Columbus really feeling the pressure here. Better ball there from Millie Rain. Erikina leaving that one a little high.
Ooh, Millie Rain goes for the passing shot.
Missed that one just wide.
9-6.
All right, Lee Whitwell needing to get 1 point again here off of Yates Johnson.
7-9.
Oh, and there it is. Johnson trying to do it a little too much.
Oh, what a shot. Yates Johnson, too good.
Yeah, and that ball even skipped off of the line from Whitwell. That's the legs difference between a 40-plus and a 20-year-old right there. Whitwell not able to catch up to it.
Yates Johnson helps his team pull within points. I don't know how he does that acrobatic splits that he continues to do when he runs down balls, but
I mean,
impressive. Almost as impressive as his passing shot.
Yeah, and I was just as impressed with Whitwell there as far as tight roping it along the kitchen line and not falling in.
So Lee Whitwell helping her team get to 11 points first. We will switch sides. Columbus looking to get their edge back in singles. They're proving you wrong.
I tell you what, I'm just thinking about on paper, if you look at the edge, you give it to Columbus. But what it has come down to and why the Ranchers are in front right here is because of the ability to adjust their lineup to Columbus's lineup. Right? You throw Whitwell out there, and any points she gets are bonuses.
Automatic momentum. Whitwell gets even a point off of Yates Johnson. So far, she's got 2 in this rotation.
All right, players, time in.
Final point of this matchup between Yates and Lee.
Yeah, too good there from Johnson. But you know what? She's taken 3 out of the 8. See if Klinger can kind of get rid of some of those nerves we saw in the first round against Smith.
Got it that time. Pat Smith was nearly unstoppable against CJ in their round 1, earning 3 of the 4 points.
That's too good. Klinger getting some confidence now. Sets himself up perfectly for that inside-out forehand.
11. 11.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh, what a grab from Pat Smith. CJ Klinger prepared to finish.
Yeah, Klinger just putting heavy topspin on both of those balls. I don't even know how Smith picked up that first one. I thought it was a passing shot again.
12, 11.
Oh, touch is too good there from Smith.
So Pat Smith comes away with 1, CJ Klinger with 3, and Columbus now with a sneaky lead. So it goes to Megan Fudge and Scott Dorner. Scott got 3 of the 4 last rotation.
Yeah, so part of MLP is let serves are replays.
12.
Now Dorner going for too much. Good deep return there from Fudge.
13, 12.
Oh, interesting choice. That would have been a pretty good shot if she would have anchored that a little bit in. Do you think?
Oh yeah, there's no way Dorner catches up to that one if Fudge can drop that one in.
Ooh.
Good pressure there from Dorner. Fudge trying to beat him down the line there, but doesn't get it high enough.
14, 13.
Megan Fudge painting the sideline with the backhand. Scott Dorner can't believe he got beat.
Yeah, it was the change of pace there from Fudge. I think if she hits that ball a little firmer, Dorner gets there. But it came up short on him.
Ooh. Just missed. Millie Rain is... Okay, it was called in. It originally looked like Arikina's maybe calling that one out.
Yeah, I think Arikina even questioned herself. You saw that finger drop. That one's out.
That one's for sure out. It's so tough to call these balls in the moment. I mean, it's split-second decision making, and sometimes you honestly see it the way you think you see it, and it's just not that way. Such is life. Arikina capitalizing, putting her team out front with a 1-point lead. It's going to come down to the wire.
Good deep return there from Rain. So we're back where it all began.
Back where it all began.
All square. Whitwell looking to get some bonus points. Anything she can get.
This rotation is huge.
Oh, Whitwell with the court coverage and the depth of those balls. Heavy, heavy slice, keeping Johnson back, and then the touch to bring him forward.
She stole 2 of the points in the last rotation, looking to do the same here in this one.
17-16.
That's huge from Whitwell.
Lee Whitwell, the infamous hero of the Dream Breaker, strikes again, capitalizing on her second point. 2 more to go in this rotation.
And we see Fudge come out, try to talk to Johnson, keep him up.
18-16.
Don't let him get in his own head.
What? Well, how did he hit that shot? I'm speechless.
That's a fantastic ball from Lee Whitwell there. But the fact that Johnson goes across and hits that ball back behind his body, rolls it inside the kitchen.
17-18.
Oh. Yates-Johnson played that point perfectly.
Better job there for Johnson for sure, but the big one is that Whitwell coming out with a split again.
That's huge.
18-18.
Tie game on championship court.
Smith can't miss that one.
CJ Klinger with the pressure on his back for Columbus, 2 points away from a match victory. Oh, Pat Smith hangs on and stays alive to tie it up.
That ball, that forehand he took on the third shot, questionable whether that ball was going to stay in. Hit it anyway.
Oh, Pat Smith, a huge passing shot. The first team to 20. Columbus seemed to have all the momentum. And then Pat Smith strikes back. CJ Klinger and the Columbus Pickleball Club calling a timeout. Klinger with the pressure of his entire team on his shoulders. Can he handle it?
Pressure pickleball.
At 17 years old.
For sure.
Pat Smith on the other side looked like he was near out of it. Not so fast. What an impressive performance on his side.
Big sub here for Smith.
Paul Olin as stable as can be, giving CJ Klinger some steady advice. Scott Dorner watching his teammate Pat Smith, hopeful that he can close out here with match point on the paddle of Pat Smith.
All right, players, Columbus, no timeouts remaining. Ranchers, you have 1 timeout remaining. Time in 2019. Side out.
Oh, man.
However, both teams are frozen.
So, a new rotation enters Megan Fudge and Scott Dorner. This one,
19-20.
Megan was able to split 2 and 2 last time. We'll see if she can do it again. Just wide that time.
Tried to do too much with that one. Difficult misdirect. And an inside-out cut.
All the pressure lands on Megan Fudge, fending off match point.
Oh, and he gets the help from the net. Big inside-out forehand there from Scott Dorner. Well, they proved me wrong. But I think it's Whitwell that comes out as the star in this dream breaker for the Ranches.
Lee Whitwell is the X factor for the dream breaker. You heard it here first. That was unbelievable. At no point during that game did you know who was going to come away with the victory. Ultimately, the Texas Ranchers improved to 2-1. The unbeaten Columbus Pickleball Club drops to 2-1, taking their first loss of the day. But hey, an overall improvement from where they were finishing last at MLP Mesa. Megan Fudge making a huge difference there. So the Ranchers are the victors. Cameron Blackwood is with them now.
Like we said, it was your third dream breaker for today. Maybe on paper it looked like they had the better singles player on that side. They put you out first against Yates, but you're known to take these guys on, Lee.
You know, it's I do a lot better when I play against the guys, definitely. Earlier today I played against the women, and let's just say it didn't go my way, but I got a great team, and they coached me through it, and you know what? It's a team effort all the way.
And just how special is this team, Scott? Because, like you said, it's just been a battle every single match this entire day today. But to come out on top, take this momentum in tomorrow, how does this feel?
Yeah, awesome. I mean, this is my first MLP, but we broke bread last night. All was well. But, I mean, look, every match was close, so we had to come together. Jeannie and Lee were hugging it out today in the women's, so it was awesome, and I mean, what a cool atmosphere. Thanks everyone for staying.
There you have it. Ranchers take the dream breaker against Columbus. Michelle, back up to you.
Cameron, thanks so much. My goodness, was that exciting pickleball that we just saw here on Championship Court. What was the biggest takeaway for you, Chad?
I mean, we always talk about there's nothing like it for Major League Pickleball, but I mean, coming down to that dream breaker win, I would have bet on Columbus all day long on paper, but anything can happen in the dream breaker. I mean, big step up there from Whitwell. And overall, just the Ranchers were a completely different team in this one than what I saw at 8 o'clock this morning. Well, I should say 10 o'clock this morning in their first game out on Grandstand.
Well, you're witnessing some of the premier level players getting warmed up for their big debut tomorrow morning starting at 9 a.m. Eastern, but that is a wrap for our coverage for day one of the Major League Pickleball Daytona Beach Special. The challenger level play will continue tomorrow. Quarterfinal action starting at 10 a.m. Eastern, the semifinals to follow at 4 p.m. and then once again the premier level coverage beginning at 9 a.m. Chad and myself will be with you, covering you from all angles for our four courts, and it is going to be a sensational afternoon of pickleball. We look forward to having you. Thanks so much for spending part of your day with us. Keep it right here on MajorLeaguePickleball.net or on the Major League Pickleball YouTube channel. For Michelle McMahon, Chet Edwards, Cameron Blackwood, and our entire Boxcar production crew, we will see you right back here at 9 a.m. sharp tomorrow morning. Thanks, everybody.